What up, party people? Welcome back to another episode of Hood Talk by way of Superfly Entertainment. Let's get it. Today I'll be speaking on the Aryan Brotherhood and the DC Blacks who was going at it, clashing. It started in the 70s, and I wouldn't say it ended because it would never probably end because there's too much long of a history of deaths. And the reputation itself then exceeded the actual being of the DC Blacks and the Aryan Brotherhood, who was like I said, initially started in 1970s. And a lot of guys has lost their lives. A lot of guys got skull wounds. A lot of guys got turned out. Yeah. Got to give you the real. A lot of guys got even turned out in there. And it was rough. It was rough back in the 70s. I would say throughout the whole United States, man, the 70s was just a different kind, man. And the 70s was those breed of men. I can honestly say, I don't think there would never be another breed of men like those guys in the 70s. And the majority of them probably no longer here with us, whether you know them or not. But you hear the stories, especially in jail. You hear the stories. And now, thanks to YouTube, you see the stories, So, you hear the stories of these guys, man. Like people who haven't been to jail, you probably would never understand. Literally, you would never understand some of the things that goes on in jail. I promise you. In prison, back in the 60s, 70s, it was more treacherous than it is now in prisons. But prisons have slowed down tremendously with stabbings and killings and rapes and guards getting killed and so on and so forth. They have slowed down tremendously. But in jails, it's every man for himself in jails. I'm sorry. That was back then and now. It's every man for himself. It gets real treacherous in jails. I'm talking about, you better be a man back there to be willing to either live and survive or to die. As sick as it may sound, you got to be willing to do that in order to protect your manhood, in order to demand your respect. Because, the interesting thing about jail is it's not like you got 40 guys who all mindset and mind frame is thinking accordingly and such as one. If it was that, I promise you, guarantee you, we wouldn't have no problems in jail. But the fact that you got 40 guys with 40 different personalities, so you got to figure out and navigate and respect, and watch out for each individual. Because, man, some dudes wake up, like I said, I have to be honest. Some dudes wake up and they be pissed off, probably had a good dream that they was in society, and here you wake up and now you see nothing but men you know, it drives you, bro. It really do. It drives you, and some men can't handle that. They can't. You know? So, back to the Aryan Brotherhood and the DC Blacks. This was a war that started, like I said, in the 70s, right? And some say there was a guy from DC, Washington, DC. DC means Washington, DC. Our state capital, right? Yeah. And there was a guy in there by the name of Lee Cadillac Smith. Lee Cadillac Smith was a treacherous guy himself who was in there for a body murder, to be exact, right? And they put Lee in a cell with this other guy named Tommy Silverstein. Now, Tommy Silverstein at the time was a young man who was initially in there for armed robbery. Didn't have much time. He didn't have much time to do. What? Back then, you was catching them armed robbery charges, they was giving you 10 years. They was giving you 15 years. You know? Now, Tommy Silverstein come from St. Quentin State Prison in California in early 70s. You know, and he wound up on his own robbery charge over there. While serving the time on his own robbery charge, he wound up poking the ninja up. He was a problem, bro. He really was. He wound up poking me, stabbing. So, to simplify, Thomas Silverstein wound up stabbing a guy. Like I said, he was initially in there on the armed robbery that him and his daddy and a friend of theirs got caught in the act doing. Tommy wound up getting 15 years old. 15 years. While serving his 15 in St. Quentin, he catch a body, like I said, jugged the dude up. They sent him to federal prison. Mind you, he was already heading there anyway because after serving his state time, he had to go serve federal time because he had state time as well as federal time. Totally opposite times. State time is for the state. Federal time is for the feds. Sort of what, like how you got state taxes and federal taxes. It's the same thing. Not in conjunction of money, no. But it's an analogy that I'm trying to show you that federal and state, they still, you know, ruling the world. And so once he get there to the federal jail, he in the cell with this guy, right? Now, Tommy Silverstein, he wants to make a statement. He really wants to go back to, one moment. Thomas Silverstein really wants to go back to the state. You know, closer at home, closer to the family. He had been in St. Quentin a couple of years now, so, you know, he know how it is. You know, and he wanted to go back. They didn't want him to go back. They didn't let him go back. So he decided he gonna send a message. Bop, 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 bop. He posts the dude up. Tommy posts the dude up, right? Now, when he killed the wrong dude. Little that he knew, be known to him. He about to start a whole war. Not only did he kill the dude, he killed the dude's friend. Because see, Thomas Silverstein had a fall partner. Not on his he had two other fall partners on his robbing charge, which were family members. But he also had a fall partner on the killing of Cadillac, Lee Smith. You know? And Silverstein, like I said, he felt that they wasn't gonna send him back, so he wanted to send a message. So after they killed these guys, they decided that they won't drag their body up and down the unit. Unit is a tip. They dragged the body up and down the unit. Guess how many times they stabbed the dude? After I upload this video, get in that comment section when you all watch this video and let me know how many times you all think Thomas Silverstein stabbed this inmate. Well, convict rather. "67 times. Literally. Like, bro, what the? Is you nuts, man? Bruh. Man, I just feel for that dude, bro, and his family. Man, I can't believe it, bro. Thomas Silverstein stabbed this dude 67 times. Man, bro. It's not that serious, bro. You just 67 times? Like, what you doing? Counting in your head? Mind you, this was an intentional number. That's what I need y'all to understand. This were an intentional number. It got something to do with what they studied. For the philosophy on I can't think right now. I forgot what it was, what they studied. What it is? Neurology, numbers or something like that? Something. Forgot. Well, anyway, he did this on purpose. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Come to the left hand. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Back to the right. 21, 22, 23. Like, you got to do that 67 times. Really? You know, so after they dragged this dude up and down the hallway, This dude, the body was bro. This dude's body was demolished, literally. This dude's body literally was demolished. And the thing is, you're not gonna tell me that the guards didn't have something to do with that. You're not gonna tell me that. I know they had something to do with it. They probably let Tommy Silverstein out the cell to go do that. Okay, moving on. Tommy Silverstein, who was adopted, the last name Silverstein from his stepfather, who last was such. Silverstein, born in 1952. Tommy originally went by the name of Terrible Tommy when he was in St. Quentin. Some say Tommy's mother was very abusive towards him. And I personally, myself, I know when you got a mother whose job is to what you thinking, yeah. When you got a mother whose job is to show you love, but instead she show you violence and trouble. That don't fit well. It really don't, bro. And it messes one up. It messes you up. Tommy originally went by Tommy Conway. That was his mother's last name. And his father's last name, his biological father's last name. But when his mother, remember, Tommy's father went to prison also. And as a juvenile, Tommy went to juvenile prison. And that's when he decided that he won't get the lightning bolts on the side of his head, on the side of his neck. Tattoo. We all know what that means. Was he racist? Hell yeah, he was racist. All the way up to his 67th birthday. How can you go do a robbery, first of all, with your stepson? Or how can you go do a robbery with your stepdad? You know? It just don't make sense to me. And see, what a lot of people don't know, Tommy was a problem in St. Quentin State Prison. He really was. Now at Florence, 88 Supermax in Colorado, whereas they say he is the originator of why 88 Supermax was built for people like him. You know, some say it's modern day torture. When you go in there, the lights on all day. What else? You got the shower. The shower is in your room with you. You know, like in most jails, ain't no shower. Ain't no shower in no room with you. You know, but Tommy had the shower in the room with him. He changed the whole prison system. He really did. Ain't nothing in there, in that little bit of cell, ain't anything that's in there is made of concrete. And I'm more breaking off this, breaking off that. You know, because a lot of people was doing that to make shanks. Not no more. They changed that. No visits. You can't, well, you know, each room, sometimes it depends on where you at in the jail. You get a room. In that room, you get a window to look out. Thomas Silverstein didn't have that. Now an old man, Silverstein is interviewed and recorded saying, why I'm in solitary confinement. He regrets killing Sheriff Deputy Gang Clutch. That's the first murder I ever hear him confess to. He really did. The thing with that was, when Tommy was on lockdown, Gene Clutch was on with the deputy who always, allegedly, they say, kept bothering him. You know? So, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Till next time, I need y'all to like this video, share this video, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. If you know somebody that's not subscribed, tell them to subscribe to Superfly Entertainment. And also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be uploaded on whenever I drop a video. Salute.